Hi Sophie, hi the Spa Collaborative. Thank you for joining us. Just going to wait a little bit longer. So welcome to this week's Instagram Live with Spa PR. Today I have a very exciting guest with me. Her name is Sunita Passi and she is an Ayurvedic practitioner and founder of Tri-Dosha. So I'm just going to wait for her to join us, and I see she's joined, but just wait till we can invite her to come online. Yep, she's just asked to join, so shouldn't be. Hi Brogan, thanks for joining us. Great to have you here. So we should be connecting with Sunita any moment. Hi. Hello.
Hi there, Tracy.
Hello, how
Hi.
are you? Long time since we've spoken properly.
It has. It's been a long time. Gosh, so much has changed.
I know.
It's a different world right now, isn't it? But no, all's good. We've got the sunshine here in Nottingham.
Oh, you're lucky.
So really beautiful. Yeah, really beautiful. I'm going to get out in the garden later on. And how are you?
I'm all good. We're managing through this period. So lots of good things happening as well with new developments and everything. So it's okay. But
Yeah.
Sorry, it was just moving my camera, so I was actually in the in the picture rather than having to sort of sit up really tall. So I was just telling everyone that you're an Ayurvedic practitioner and also founder of Tri-Dosha, which is a resource and education, a training and education resource for massage and mindfulness therapists. And you also have your award-winning retail line, which is based on Ayurveda. But, I've been a long time, I discovered Ayurveda quite some years ago, but you've obviously been brought up with it in your family, and the benefits I know are huge. And I just wanted you to tell, for those who don't know anything about Ayurveda, if you could just tell us a little bit about what it is and where it's come from and everything.
So it's a traditional Indian health system, and it's a completely holistic. So when we, with Ayurveda, we're thinking about everything is connected. So with our health, it's not just the physical, it's the mental, as you just said, it's the emotional, it's the spiritual, it's all of these different aspects within us that we focus on, and it's basically. So we have a toolkit of massage, we have a toolkit of yoga, of meditation, of herbs, and also we closely nutrition, and that's not just the foods that we eat, but also how we eat, when we eat. So it covers a whole gamut of areas. My focus has really been, my passion has been the body work and developing therapists in that area. But I'm a qualified practitioner, and I have worked with clients and helped them through all of the different aspects. And also Ayurveda, it treats the whole. So you mentioned the doshas, the body part types. It's completely individualistic. We have these three amazing doshas, and each of them we can follow a different sort of program, according to what your body type is. So it's pretty transformative, really. And like I said, it's an opportunity to really immerse yourself in all these holistic practices.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I've learnt something already, because I always thought it was pronounced dosha, but you've said it's dosha, so now I won't get that wrong again. That's good. So what made you start Tri-Dosha, all those years ago? Because you've been running the business for a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, the business I started in 2005. So previous life, I was a journalist. I was a business journalist. So really in the media world and traveling all over the world, writing different reports on countries. And I loved it. Who wouldn't love it? It's like a crash course in life, and you learn so much every time. I'd spend 4 months in a country, writing a report and really jumping in. But what happened to me, and I think, and now when I speak to other women of a similar age, there's sort of that time in your life, your early 30s, when you're starting to just think a little bit more about sort of the bigger picture, really sort of recognizing how you're feeling in yourself as well. And I was actually on a project in India. I was starting to feel a bit burnt out, thinking about coming back to the UK. And I had a chance massage in this clinic in Pune, which is an hour away from Delhi. Nothing glamorous at all, not like the lovely spas that we work with now. And I really did have quite a transformative experience in that treatment, and that really made me start to understand that actually health is so much more than just what I eat or what I put in my body, that we can get a release in other ways. And it also reconnected me back to my grandfather. My grandfather, no longer with us, but it was also a practicing Ayurvedic doctor in the north. And so that started my journey, and I decided to stay in India. I started training in the therapeutic aspects. I was completely blown away. And that really sort of encouraged me to want to share it with others. So when I did come back to the UK, I actually started my practice in London first, and this is 2002. This is 18 years ago. And then I launched the Training Academy 2005, and first started off running courses around the UK for professional therapists. So, with the Academy courses, it's more a deep dive. We go more deeper into the knowledge and so the wisdom of Ayurveda and the techniques. And then 2008, I was invited to meet the lovely Paddy Quinn, who was then the owner of Brandon House Hotel in Southern Ireland. And that's really where I started to, from that meeting, develop it, Tri-Dosha as it is today, as a, as a product house and a training company. So it's been quite a journey.
Oh, it's interesting, isn't it? So when you look back, you realise how it is those sort of chance encounters that can lead to, new journeys for you, and success as well, which is great. So it's sort of leaving yourself open to exploring those, isn't it?
Definitely. And I think the times that we're in now, that's really teaching us that what many people considered sort of to be sort of a path that they're on, things have changed for a lot of people. I've seen it with the therapists I train, I've seen it with even our spa partners, and keeping your mind open as to opportunities as they present themselves is, I think that's a big lesson for all of us.
Absolutely.
It's really important. We don't know what's around the corner.
No.
But we've got to have we've got to have eyes open and also be receptive and open to it.
So today, so your clients today, are they generally therapists in the UK, or do you teach overseas? How does it, who are they?
Yes, so we've got the Training Academy, which is generally independent therapists and practitioners who want to go more deeper into the training programs and their accredited qualifications. And they're predominantly UK, but a lot of therapists from Europe as well come in and train with us. And then we've got the spa therapy line. So we work with 12 beautiful spas here in the UK, and then also in Europe, and then we have the product range. And the products are mainly it's the spas, the therapists, also online. We've got a really strong online presence now. We've been doing, lockdown is just, we've got really good at educating. I'm sure you're the same, Tracy. you know, now we write 3 blogs every month, and we're really, you know, really educating a lot more, and got a lot better on social media, and you know, so it's all good. But that's really the core. Yeah, that's our core audience. Yeah. And the therapists are, even the spas that we work with, they tend to be holistic spas. So they, you know, with Ayurveda as a system where everything is connected, they tend to be, you know, properties that are by the sea or in the country, or, you know, where they can really offer that whole holistic experience. And then the therapists also tend to be holistic therapists as well.
Lovely.
So yeah, that's
I can imagine those spas that have those therapists, you would get the most incredible, you know, experience. You know, I can imagine that, because of, you know, what I've experienced.
They're you know, they're really because they're working, holistic therapists are, because again, you know, it's this connection, this mind-body connection that they're really interested in from, you know, from a wellness perspective, from a health perspective. Yeah, absolutely. That's the experience they're delivering. So, you know, what people have said to me about the treatments is they say they feel reconnected. You know, they don't know what it is, but they feel more like sort of a deeper connection with themselves. You know, they feel sort of energetic blocks released. So yeah, it's you know, and you get all of the, you know, you get stress reduction, you feel more revitalized. You know, but also a deeper contentment, because, you know, we are very much working on, like I said, all aspects of the body. So and also there's a consultation process at the beginning. So
I was going to ask whether you go into more details than you would normally go into, because I know when I had my dosha type, you know, when I sort of found out what I was, I had to complete quite a detailed sort of questionnaire on my life, really.
Yeah, it is. And it's so I mean, how did you find that? How did you find the process?
Do you know, it actually made me understand why some things didn't agree with me, you know, because I have to remember what I am now. I certainly had pitta vata, I think. I was sort of flying high a lot of the time, and I needed to be brought down and grounded, which is why I've suggested things like sweet potatoes and bananas and sort of those, which I actually go for. And then it was saying you don't need too much stimulation, like, you know, chili and, you know, and like raw onions, which I don't like anyway. You know, it sort of made sense with some of my choices. Absolutely.
So, you know, that's a transformation, isn't it? You know, having that information and having something to take away that you can embed into your own life. So it's so you know, we teach in a similar way, and but also it helps a therapist, you know, that are delivering the treatment, also understand the body of the client. So you know, that helps individualize the pressures that we might facilitate the treatment with. It helps individualize the oils, you know, the ingredients that are actually in the oils, and how that works on the tissues. It helps even the music, you know, the whole atmosphere. It helps really sort of tweak and make it really, really bespoke.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
So have you, from the therapists you've trained, have they sort of reported back, or have you yourself experienced any amazing results from, I mean, obviously I'm sure everyone feels great after the treatment, but have there any that have almost been transformed from having the treatments?
Well, what I would say, one of my clients, the Duchess of Rutland in Leicestershire, she actually gave me a really really beautiful, she said after one treatment, she actually said, Sunita, I've no idea what you were doing. You know, I completely reconnected with something so deep in myself. And she said that she went on the most incredible journey. She had a really very sort of quite deep hypnotic experience.
Fantastic.
And yeah, and she felt very sort of clear-headed and revitalized, you know, afterwards. So there's one example.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of the, certainly, you know, we've worked, you know, we've worked for many years with the Scarlet Spa in Cornwall, and really from them opening the doors, and the therapists there, you know, always give lots of feedback. They get really incredible results with, you know, the whole journey of their treatments, because a client is actually going through a 4-hour, you know, Ayurvedic ritual, especially with the Shirodhara, because, you know, when you're able to take your body on such a deep journey, you have the self-awareness, you know, that comes through that, and also how gain a deeper sense of contentment. And so we get so many great results, you know, and also it's really good to get the feedback, because like you say, that helps us really see actually, you know, what's going on out there and how people are you know, benefiting. You know, it is with the whole sort of working Ayurvedically, it's, in a way, we kind of slow things down, you know, sort of slow things down, ground, really sort of root ourselves as a therapist, also really ground the client, and then start the process. And I think that's really what, you know, it helps, you know, if you've got uncomfortable emotions running through you, it just helps release them. And so
yeah, you're right. No, and I think that's slowing down. I know I was reading the Global Wellness Trends Report, and part of the wellness travel was all about slowing down. So I think, you know, that to have those treatments that tie in with that and enable you to do that, because a lot of people find it difficult to immediately slow down, even if they have been sort of at home. So that's, you know, that's really important for sort of overall well-being. But you've just launched a really exciting sort of new development, which is your new non-touch meditation and mindfulness treatment, isn't it? So tell me what's brought that on, and what is it? What can we expect from it?
Yeah, so 2 years ago, we first I launched a training program through our academy, which was teaching instructors, mindfulness and meditation instructors, and that was a year-long program.
Wow!
And that was phenomenal. You know, all of us went on a deep dive. You know, part of the training, we had a retreat where we all went off, and we all did a lot of sort of self-development work together as well, and it was phenomenal. And then what I realized was I felt that we really need to be finding a way to share the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding of this really precious tool through our spa partners as well, because ultimately, you know, they are seeing so many clients in a day, in a week, and so that was kind of the journey, you know, and then also obviously with everything happening, you know, clients were talking to us about their you know, their concerns with once doors open again, and where, you know, guests are at mentally and emotionally. Will they want to have massage? How do they feel about touch? And so all of these conversations have been going on. So that just kind of, that got me thinking, and I thought, well, there's two things going on here. We really need to pass these tools on. We need to create a treatment that is suitable for spa professionals, and also we need to engage with this thought that actually maybe not everyone will go straight back to wanting hands-on therapy, but we also still need to support them, you know, mentally and emotionally and spiritually. So that's where it really started. I wanted to make sure we developed something that was 100% suitable for spas, and so I worked with two of my favorite spa people, 1333, and you know, and so we went on this journey of developing this treatment. And the treatment, so now we have the Scarlet Spa. I can share that with you. Are the first spa to take the treatment on. And then also we offer the training to independent therapists, to hosts, you know, even to individuals who are quite interested in it from a self-development aspect. And what's really lovely about it is it is a treatment. it is a treatment. It takes you on a journey. So we've got 5 different aspects to it. So so initially there's the connection, which is the consultation process, and that space is held by the therapist, and that's also where we decide together which of the guided meditations are going to be most suitable for you. We have a foot soak within, sort of a ritual while the feet are soaked. We teach them some self-massage on different mama points. And then only do we actually go into the breath work and the guided meditation. So it's a really, yes, it's a nice process.
Sounds like.
And also through that, the aim is to also, educate, kind of awaken the guest's interest to wanting to bring in the tools, into their everyday life as well.
Yeah.
Because Tracy, 10 minutes of meditation every day makes such a difference.
I haven't mastered it yet. It took me years to get into yoga, and now I'm just addicted to yoga. So that's good. But it wasn't until like 2 years ago that I really got into it. And then, and I've dipped into meditation, but haven't quite got there yet. I've tried it a few times, but I think this is good because it's actually, you're somewhere where you can't just get up and leave, can you? So you're sitting there or lying there. And it also helps you because you're sort of being trained to do it. So I think that's really useful. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a process. Yeah, it is a process. And from us, the spa environment, the treatment environment, that's really important that we have that methodology.
Yeah.
That has, that the therapist has been trained in and they can follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, there's such an increase in mindfulness and meditation things that I think, it will appeal not just to the sort of holistic spa, but to others too that want to offer something a little bit different and a little bit more on trend as well.
Yeah, and and it's something that can be integrated really into any environment. As much as Ayurveda is a holistic health system, mindfulness and meditation, guided meditation, is if we look to America, American spas and clinics they're integrative. Yeah. They're offering holistic systems alongside the clinical, because again they're recognizing the mind aspects of the treatment. Yeah. So I think there's a huge journey to be had here. Yeah. But certainly the more we can encourage people to have a relationship with that side of them, the more we can encourage them also to have their own practice.
Yeah. So you've been, obviously during this past year, you've obviously, like us, been sort of looking forward, developing things, getting better at some of the, aspects that you might not have been quite so good at before. What encourages you to always look forward and sort of innovate as a sort of business owner? And
oh wow, yeah. So firstly, I love what I do. I don't see myself doing anything else, and I think that's the same for you with Spa PR. I mean, how long has Spa PR
well, we're actually this year we're celebrating our 17th anniversary. So it's been a long
That's amazing.
I know.
And I think that's it. If you love what you do, and you're that counts for so much, because you can never get bored.
No,
you're always going to find new things. You're always going to be engaging in new conversations. You're always, because it's kind of like it's so much part of who you are.
Yeah.
So so I feel the same. Really what lockdown has done is helped me think more about how we communicate what we do to others, because we were sort of busy with our training and we weren't really communicating it. So I think that's one of the things I've been really focusing on, with my guys here, and really and getting that communication going and getting excited about the communication and thinking about how we sort of also bring people who are either our therapists or our clients, how we can create a community. You know, the whole sort of community, creating a community with your business really excites me. Because at the end of the day, you know, if you think 17 years, you know, all of the clients that you've had, all the people that you've engaged with, you know, everything that you've done in that time, you know, there is a like-minded community there.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think as we sort of come out of lockdown, I think we're all dying to like get into conversations again and touch each other and hug each other and be part of something, you know, where we're able to share on that level. So I think that's going to be you know, that's definitely a focus, and let's see where that goes, you know, over the year.
Absolutely. Or if we get fed up with each other after
I know.
No, you're right. Going back to Ayurveda, so if there's one thing that you could sort of take from Ayurveda which you feel would benefit, you know, our lives, what would that one thing be? I mean, I know it's really difficult.
I would say, because it's I would say something that that suits everyone would be to be more accepting of who you are.
That's true.
And I think that's where the understanding of your dosha, of your body type, comes in. Because, you know, by being more accepting of who you are, you become, you know, also that has a ripple effect. You become more accepting of others, and that transcends. I mean, I've seen it in my own family, you know, when I've got 3 sisters, and I know before I even started learning about Ayurveda, you know, there would be things that would really, and you know, we laugh about this, that would really irritate us about each other, you know, and now having, you know, the knowledge about the doshas and the body types, and I can actually see, oh, actually one sister is just very pitta, you know, that's actually her nature. And it, you know, I should honor that, because actually that's the qualities of who she is. That would be the takeaway.
That's lovely. That's a nice way of, you know, viewing it, actually, because I think you do meet people, and particularly when they're your siblings, you know, there are sort of traits in them that do irritate you, and maybe because it reminds you of you a little bit, I don't know, but I think sort of accepting them, that's just how they are, and you have your own, you know, irritating ways.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have one sister, but we're quite different, so I think, you know, that's sort of, you know, I think it's taken us a while to sort of work out how we are with each other. Interesting. But thank you, Sunita, that's really, really lovely and useful, and I know you've got so much knowledge on Ayurveda, and I've been following some of your sort of Instagram sort of posts and interviews and everything, and you've got such amazing skin as well, and I don't know, I mean, that must be through all the various things that you use, but it you know, you've done really well. So you were very kindly offered our viewers a code, as you know, a special offer on your training, and also on was the 20% off your website? I couldn't remember.
20% off, yes. For those of you who would like to experience our skincare products, so 20% off for a week. And all you need to do is the coupon when you go into the website, and you are coming to check out, you pop SPA PR into the coupon. And then we have, so our no touch guided meditation, we have an online training program coming up 22nd, 23rd, 24th of February. It's 4 hours each day, and then we have an assessment. All students have a journal that they have to complete, and you've got 60 days to complete the journaling. And so that's coming up. And again, if that's of interest, we're offering a 50% discount on that training course those dates.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sunita, that's really great. We'll put that in the post when we put it up and promote that. So thank you very much, and thank you for your time today. That was really interesting. And thank
you take care.
You too. Speak soon.
Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.